Elisa Lam disappeared from her hotel. Shortly after, her body was recovered from the hotel's water tank. Part 1. Mental Health in the Cecil Hotel. Lam was a student at the University of British Columbia. In mid-2010, Lam started a blog called Ether Fields on Blogspot. For 2 years, she shared fragments of her life as she struggled with mental illness. She titled her post, "The thought of wasting your life always haunts you," inspired by a quote from novelist Chuck Palahniuk. Doctors diagnosed Lam with bipolar disorder and depression. She was prescribed several medications for her mental health issues. Lam kept her mental illness a secret. Lam had no history of suicidal thoughts or attempts, but one report alleged that she had briefly disappeared before. Lam had a history of not taking her bipolar medication, and as a result, she experienced hallucinations that led her to hide under her bed on several occasions. During these episodes, she was hospitalized at least once. Lam traveled alone on Amtrak and inner-city buses for the trip to California. She arrived in Los Angeles on January 26th. 2 days later, she checked into the Cecil Hotel near Skid Row in downtown. Lam was initially given a shared room on the hotel's 5th floor. However, her roommates complained of what the hotel's lawyer later described as some strange behavior, and she was moved to her own room 2 days later. According to Amy Price, the manager of the Cecil Hotel and Stay on Main, before her disappearance, Lam had been leaving notes for her roommates saying, "Go home and get lost," and would lock the door to her room, requiring a password to gain entry. A few days before her disappearance, Lam had attended a live taping of Conan in Burbank, but was escorted from the venue by security guards due to disruptive behavior. Part 2. Lam's disappearance and the elevator. Lam had been in daily contact with his family in British Columbia while traveling until the day he disappeared. On January 31st, 2013, when he was scheduled to leave the Cecil for Santa Cruz, his family hadn't heard from him and called the Los Angeles Police Department, who flew to Los Angeles to assist in the search. Hotel staff who saw Lam that day said he was alone. Outside the hotel, Katie Orphan, the manager of the last bookstore, was the only person who remembered seeing him that day. He was outgoing, very lively, and very friendly, she told CNN as she was buying gifts to take home to her family. She said Lam mentioned what book he had bought and that it was too heavy for him to carry with him while traveling. Police searched the hotel to the fullest extent legally possible. They searched Lam's room and scoured the building, including the attic, with dogs, but the dogs couldn't detect his scent. "But we didn't search every room," Sergeant Rudy Lopez later said. "We could only do that if we had reasonable cause to believe a crime had been committed." A week after Lam was last seen, on February 6th, the Los Angeles Police Department decided more help was needed. Flyers with her photo were posted around the neighborhood and online. This brought the case to the public through the media. And if you've watched this far and enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below about the interesting thing Lam experienced in the elevator. On February 13th, after another week of no news from Lam, the Los Angeles Police Department released the last known footage of her, recorded by a security camera in one of the Cecil elevators on January 31st. In the approximately 2.5 minutes of footage, Lam makes unusual movements and gestures. She presses all the buttons on the elevator panel, looks down the hallway, and then, at one point, exits the elevator while the doors are open. When the doors don't close when she returns, she leaves. The doors then close. The video garnered worldwide attention due to Lam's odd behavior and was extensively analyzed and discussed. It was reshared on numerous platforms, including the Chinese video sharing site Youku, where it garnered 3 million views and 40,000 comments in its first 10 days. Many commenters were disturbed by the video. Several theories have been put forward to explain her actions. One is that Lam was attempting to move the elevator car to escape someone pursuing her. Others suggested she may have been under the influence of a drug, but no drugs were detected in her system. Because she has bipolar disorder, the theory that she was suffering from a mental health issue has also been put forward. Others have argued that the video may have been tampered with before its release. They claim that in addition to the timestamp being obscured, some sections were slowed down and about a minute of footage was deleted. This may have been done to protect the identity of someone who will appear in the video, whether related to the disappearance or not. 3. Lam's body and the water tank. During the search for Lam, hotel guests began complaining of low water pressure. Some later claimed their water was black and had an unusual taste. On the morning of February 19th, a hotel maintenance worker found Lam's body in one of the 1,000-gallon rooftop tanks that supplied the hotel with water. Through the open hatch, he saw Lam lying face up in the water. The tank was drained and cut open because the maintenance hatch was too small to accommodate the equipment needed to extricate Lam's body. On February 21st, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office issued a finding of accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder a significant contributing factor. A full coroner's report released in June stated that Lam's body was found naked. Clothing similar to the one she wore in the elevator video was floating in the water and covered in a sand-like particle. Her watch and room key were also found with her. Lam's body was moderately decomposed and swollen. He was mostly greenish, with some abdominal fat and skin separation evident. There were no signs of physical trauma, sexual assault, or suicide. He had a very small amount of alcohol in his blood, but no drugs. Investigators and experts noted that he was either not taking any of his prescription medications or had recently stopped taking them. How he got onto the roof remains a mystery. In September 2013, Lam's parents filed a wrongful death lawsuit claiming the hotel failed to inspect and investigate the hazards and seeking damages and funeral expenses. The hotel argued that Lam might have entered the water tanks and that they should not be blamed for this. The case was dismissed in 2015. All we know about the incident is that Lam may have been running from something. So what was she running from? Was it something she imagined, or was someone actually after her? Did someone kill her, or did she bring about her own end? These are questions that are impossible to answer at this time. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. See you in another video. Take care. Goodbye.